Hi, this is Lee Majors, and you're listening to TV Confidential.
Ed Robertson, thank you as always for listening to the TV Confidential podcast. We'll be back with a brand new edition of our program later in the week. In the meantime, as Wednesday, January 14th marks the 50th anniversary of the premiere of The Bionic Woman, we thought we'd bring you a preview of a conversation that will air next weekend, the weekend of January 16th, with Lindsay Wagner. Lindsay Wagner, the Emmy Award-winning actress known around the world as Jaime Sommers, The Bionic Woman. To celebrate the 50th anniversary of the premiere of The Bionic Woman, Lindsay is making available some special limited edition 50th anniversary Bionic Woman memorabilia, which we'll tell you all about in just a second. But first, as we pick up the conversation, Lindsay is telling us how she accepted the part of Jaime Sommers after some prodding from both her mother and her younger sister.
So my sister is 14 years younger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was under contract with Universal, I was about to do the Rockford Files and possibly become a regular on it.
Mm-hmm.
But then the offer to play the Bionic part on the Bionic Woman on 6 Mil show came up, and there was a conversation, because up at that point I was into doing like serious drama and
Mm-hmm.
like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was not a science fiction fan at that time. And so when I got the script, I was like, what is this? People are jumping off of buildings and doing all of this kind of stuff, and like only they seem like regular people. And I was talking to my mother, and I said, I got the craziest script. They want me to do this thing, and I was semi-making fun of it. and I'm embarrassed to say now, I apologized to Jamie when I actually started playing the part.
Yeah, but look, you had recently worked with John Houseman, so...
Oh, right.
You know, so this...
Oh, and Robert Wise, thank you.
Yeah.
Produced, yeah.
So
weird.
I forgive you. So
I said to my mom, I got this script that blah, blah, blah. And she said to me, is that the $6 million man? And I said, yeah, you know what it is? She said, what do they want? They want you to play what? And I said, they want me to be the Bionic Woman that they're going to make. She says, whoa, great. And I said, Mom, come on. And she said, no. She said, wait, you're going to do that show. I said, what do you mean? She said, that is your sister's favorite show. She was just a little kid then. And that is her favorite show, so you have to play the Bionic Woman. And I went, oh, my goodness. So I decided to, okay, I'll take another look at it. And I reread it. And I realized that the show also was going out to children, which I love working with kids. And
Mm-hmm.
at the time I was working with kids at a school, a private school, that didn't have finances enough for art. And so I was teaching acting a couple times a week after school, and doing it because I like working with kids and on just helping them to learn about themselves. So I was using the acting class because they were at the end of grade school, beginning of junior high in that area. And so I was helping them use acting as a way to start getting to know themselves as an independent person and a being, and your feelings, and the feelings that come up, they're controllable. You know, if you can play it in this part, that's you that you're pulling from, you know. So anyway, we went through, without getting into the whole thing, that's what I was doing, and it was very meaningful to me. So when my friend said, when I told my girlfriend, who was my best friend then, she said, well, Lindsay, you're working with kids, why wouldn't you want to do that? And I said, well, I guess what, but I don't see where I can do it. She said, just think about how you would want this character to be, and tell the people, if you want me to do it, I'd like to have some collaboration in developing the character. And ultimately, they said yes. So it was like, wow, okay, I guess I'm doing this series. and so I talked, I met first Ken Johnson, who was our producer, director, creator.
Mm-hmm.
He was just great, He heard what I was going for and really got it. And we had fun creating her together, because she's got such a good sense of humor. And one of the things I kept saying is, I don't want to be fighting all the time. I don't want to be a woman, a guy in an adventure show wearing a skirt. It's what I'm saying. It's just like, I could have ended up playing the guy, only just being a woman. And so we talked a lot about various things. When scripts would come up, we'd go through it, and then he just picked it up really well as far as getting to know me and my sensibilities. And so he started proactively doing it, and sometimes he'd surprise me. It was fun to go, oh, this one's cool. I don't have anything to say about this one at all. And so it became a nice blend, and we created Jaime out of that collaboration.
And having talked to a lot of actors over the years, and having talked to a lot of showrunners over the years, that doesn't always happen when the producer and the actor meld the way you and Ken Johnson did.
Yeah. But it was, I mean, I was blessed in that area, I must say.
January 14, 2026 marks the 50th anniversary of the premiere of The Bionic Woman. To mark the occasion, Lindsay Wagner is making available some special limited edition 50th anniversary Bionic memorabilia, including newly released signed photos of Lindsay as Jaime, a limited number of printed copies of the script for the final episode of The Bionic Woman, autographed by Lindsay, and a chance to have a one-on-one video chat with Lindsay Wagner herself. All these items are available for pre-order right now at Bionic50.com, Bionic50.com. Very easy to remember, Bionic50.com. Physical items will be mailed out later in January. If you would like to book a video chat with Lindsay, the video chat will be held sometime in February. There are several dates that you can choose that align with your schedule and with Lindsay's. The deadline for all orders, February 28th, 2026. Details and more information, Bionic50.com. For our listeners in the Southeast, Lindsay Wagner will kick off the new year in Columbia, South Carolina. You can meet Lindsay in person for photos and autograph at Central Carolina Comic-Con in Columbia, South Carolina. Details and more information, centralcarolinacomiccon.com. Our complete conversation with Lindsay Wagner will air the weekend of January 16th on TV Confidential. One more item. If you're starting a company, particularly one that is in an emerging market, you know that averting any sort of legal dispute is crucial to your business plan. Our friends at Tectonic Law offer an array of services that can help you avoid and preempt future litigation while also developing and protecting your intellectual property and intangible assets. Tectonic Law serves the needs of a host of emerging industries throughout California and beyond, including industrial designers, beverage makers, artists, farmers, retail stores, health practitioners, wellness experts, cosmetics manufacturers, nonprofit organizations, innovators in sustainable practices, and libraries. Go to tectoniclaw.com to learn more about how Tectonic Law can help your business thrive. tectoniclaw.com. Rock solid representation for groundbreaking industries.
This portion of TV Confidential is brought to us by our friends at Front Porch Realty, the community of realtors in the Northern Bay area of California that is committed to finding the solution that is best for their clients. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or looking to sell or lease your property in Northern California, call Karen Strain at 415-886-7411 or visit frontporchrealtygroup.com for more information on how they can help you.
Ed Robertson, thanking you for listening to the TV Confidential podcast. If you like what you hear, please hit the subscribe button so that you won't miss our next episode.